You want me to hit you?
That's right.
What, like in the face?
Surprise me.
Oh, mother!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of famous movie characters and finding out what really happened to them after the credits rolled, all according to the original books. From wild space adventures to bizarre love triangles, these characters' stories didn't end on the big screen. We've compiled the top 10 most famous and surprising sequels you may not have known existed. So grab some popcorn, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started.
So the factory's yours, Charlie. You can move in immediately.
And me?
Absolutely.
What happens to the
The
rest?
whole family.
We all remember the whimsical ending of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where Charlie inherits the magical chocolate factory. But did you know that in the sequel, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator by Roald Dahl, things take a crazy turn? The story picks up immediately after the first film, with Charlie, Willy Wonka, and the entire Bucket family flying the glass elevator. However, instead of safely heading back to the factory, they accidentally shoot into space. Yes, you heard that right. Charlie and Wonka are mistaken for space pirates by the US government. In a plot that involves jelly-like aliens and even a near collision with the president's spacecraft, things get pretty wild. To top it off, Charlie's grandparents accidentally take a youth potion and revert back to being babies. As eccentric as Dahl's original stories are, this sequel is especially far out and full of wacky moments that would have been nearly impossible to adapt to film.
Now, my mama's always telling me how miracles happen every day. Some people don't think so, but they do.
If you thought Forrest Gump's life was eventful in the movie, wait until you hear about Gump & Co.'s The Book sequel by Winston Groom. After the movie's happy ending where Forrest marries Jenny and raises their son, the book takes an even more bizarre and unpredictable path. Forrest's shrimp business collapses and he ends up playing for the NFL, becoming homeless and even having conversations with Jenny's ghost. He also gets involved in some of the most infamous scandals of the 80s and 90s, including the Iran-Contra affair and the fall of the Berlin Wall. In one of the stranger moments, Forrest meets Tom Hanks at the Academy Awards, where the actor receives an Oscar for portraying him. The book is a whirlwind of events, further adding to the legend of Forrest Gump's extraordinary and chaotic life.
His power is stronger than stronger. His might shall last longer than longer. Yes, Satan!
No!
Rosemary's Baby left us with the chilling image of Rosemary accepting her fate as the mother of the Antichrist. But Ira Levin's sequel, Son of Rosemary, adds a shocking twist. In this continuation, Rosemary wakes up from a 26-year coma to find her son, Andy, has become a globally adored figure. He's the charismatic leader of an organization called God's Children, seemingly redeemed from his satanic heritage. However, things take a sinister turn when Rosemary realizes Andy might still be connected to darker forces. The story culminates in an apocalyptic showdown, complete with Rosemary being dragged to hell by Satan himself. With its surreal twist ending, Son of Rosemary leaves fans questioning everything about both books.
The married woman? That wasn't just some woman.
What are you telling me? Benjamin, will you just tell me what this is all about?
In The Graduate, Ben and Elaine famously run away together, leaving Elaine's groom at the altar. But in Charles Webb's sequel novel, Homeschool, things take a more domestic turn. Set 10 years after their elopement, Ben and Elaine are now parents and trying to homeschool their children. However, when they face resistance from the local school principal, they resort to an unusual solution. They bring back Mrs. Robinson to seduce him. It's a comedic twist on the original love triangle, but it shows that life after the infamous bus ride wasn't quite as romantic or free-spirited as they had hoped.
And the eighth and final rule. If this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club 2 takes Tyler Durden's anarchic philosophy to new, disturbing levels. In the sequel, we find the narrator, now called Sebastian, married to Marla, with whom he has a son. But their marriage is far from blissful. When Marla swaps out Sebastian's meds for placebos, she unwittingly reawakens Tyler Durden, who has been quietly building a global terrorist network called Rise or Die. The plot gets even crazier, with Tyler gaining more power and even manipulating Sebastian's psychiatrist. Tyler becomes a near unstoppable force, pushing the world toward chaos in ways far darker than the original story. The sequel delves deeper into Tyler's infectious, destructive nature, leaving readers questioning whether anyone can ever fully escape their inner demons.
They know this country was built by people just like me, who work very hard and don't have everything handed to them on a silver spoon.
We all remember Tracy Flick, the overachieving high school student from Election. But what happens to her after her student council days? In Tom Perrotta's Tracy Flick Can't Win, we catch up with her 24 years later, and her life is far from the political success she dreamed of. Tracy is now an assistant principal at a suburban high school, disillusioned with her stalled career. When her chance for a promotion arises, she faces workplace politics that are just as cutthroat as her high school days. This sequel offers a more mature and reflective view of Tracy, addressing themes of ambition, failure, and the complexities of the Me Too era. It's a realistic, if not slightly disappointing follow-up for those who expected Tracy to take on Washington, D.C.
Anything a minute either side of that and you're on your own. I don't sit in while you're running it down. I don't carry a gun. I drive.
In Driven, James Salas' sequel to Drive, Ryan Gosling's character has taken on a new identity as Paul West and relocated to Phoenix, Arizona. He seems to have escaped his violent past and is ready to settle down. However, when his fiancée is brutally murdered, Driver's calm life falls apart, and he is forced back into his old world of vengeance and bloodshed. Driven explores the darker depths of Driver's psyche as he seeks revenge, adding more layers to his mysterious, stoic personality. Fans of the original film who wanted more of the character's gritty world will find plenty to dive into here.
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah! Bullshit!
Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket was a brutal depiction of the Vietnam War, but Gustav Hasford's sequel, The Phantom Blooper, takes Joker's journey to another level. In this book, Joker becomes increasingly disillusioned with the war and is eventually captured by the Viet Cong. What's surprising is that Joker begins to sympathize with his captors, questioning everything he once believed. The sequel is a dark exploration of the psychological toll of war, pushing Joker toward an unexpected, almost traitorous transformation.
What did you actually do in New York?
Telling lies, forging signatures, impersonating practically anybody.
In Ripley Underground, the sequel to the talented Mr. Ripley, Tom is living a comfortable life in France, married to a wealthy heiress. But his sociopathic tendencies haven't gone anywhere. This time, Tom gets involved in an art forgery scheme, and as usual, things escalate to murder when people begin to suspect his true identity. The sequel explores Ripley's continuous struggle to maintain his luxurious lifestyle while hiding his dark past. It's a thrilling continuation that delves deeper into the mind of one of fiction's most famous anti-heroes.
These girls want to party with us.
If they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any Merlot!
In Vertical, the sequel to Sideways, Miles and Jack embark on another road trip, but this time under very different circumstances. Miles is now a famous author, but Jack's life has gone downhill, and the two are on a road trip to take Miles' mother to Wisconsin. Along the way, the old dynamics of wine drinking and chaos return, but the story takes a more emotional turn as they confront the realities of fame, aging, and family. While still full of the wine-soaked humor that made the original a hit, Vertical adds layers of depth to Miles' character, showing that success isn't always what it seems. And that's a wrap on what happened to some of the most famous movie characters after the credits rolled, according to the books. Which sequel shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey! It's too late! Not for me!